How much is 4 years of college really going to cost you? And why don't the living expense and tuition calculators online actually tell the full story? At the end of the day, how is it going to impact you and your family? Welcome to Sharonda White, who is the founder and CEO of Cause EDU, and thank you for being the participating entrepreneur in the launch case competition. Welcome.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thrilled to have you here. Why did you start Cause EDU?
I started Cause EDU because I felt that there was really a gap in the system when it comes to paying for college. So I had a friend who had been helping students to raise money through crowdfunding. At the time, I was helping students through scholarships. And we really weren't able to help as many students as we were hoping to. And so we built Cause EDU as a platform to really scale the efforts that we were undertaking. We started out with just helping a few students per year, but with scaling and creating this platform, we were able to help so many more. And that's really why Cause EDU was started.
And what do you think is the real competitive advantage?
So the real competitive advantage is that we're not like anything else that's out there, in our opinion. Students, when they are planning and preparing to go to college, they have parents to help them, and their parents have not been through the college funding process in 20 plus years, if at all. They have high school counselors who are very much willing to help, but they're overworked, they're under-resourced, and they only deal with financial aid, meaning student loans, grants, and scholarships. And then you have these college financial planners that charge an exorbitant amount of money that many families just can't afford. And so we created a platform that is comprehensive, it's cost-effective, and it's also, I would say, culturally aware in the sense that we don't just rely on, here's the cheapest school for you to go to, but we actually look at what is the best fit in addition to the school that is the most cost-effective.
But why couldn't a larger, well-capitalized company come in and copy directly what you're doing?
So yes, a larger company can come in and they can cut us in terms of pricing. They can have a comprehensive platform. But in terms of the knowledge that we have, it's not just about going to school and learning the materials. It's also about having the lived experience, being able to relate to the people that we are serving, and being able to really talk to them at their level. And being able to say, we understand, we know that, yes, this school is the most cost effective, but this school is going to give you the greater chance of graduating, which means that when you graduate, you're going to have the higher income.
But doesn't some of the onus fall on the financial aid offices of these colleges instead of third-party companies like you?
So sometimes, and not always, but sometimes what's in the best interest of the school is not the same as what's in the best interest of the student. You want your yield to be as high as possible. So if the student has already been accepted, as a financial aid office, you want them to come to your school. And so you might not necessarily give them the full picture of what it'll actually cost for them to come. And they don't get it until they get to the school, and then it's too late. We're asking them what the cost of attendance is at their school. And they go to the school, and the school won't give them that information readily. So we have to say, this is the wording that you need to use to get the information that you need, because the school is hiding that information.
Do you think that U.S. colleges are fairly priced right now?
So that's a tough question. I think that when it comes to U.S. colleges, you have, the Harvards, the Stanfords, the Whartons with the super large endowments. And they're able to, they're priced high, but they're also able to give students full rides, right? Because they have these multi-billion-dollar endowments. And then you have these schools that are trying to keep up. They're trying to keep up in terms of the resources, in terms of the labs, the computers, the dorms, all these different offerings that these larger universities have, but they don't have the endowments. So they have to make up that money some kind of way, and they do that by charging the students more in tuition. So they could be less expensive, they would offer less.
How will you define success for Cause EDU, say 2 or 3 years from now?
42% drop out of college, 28% drop out just because of money. And of the students who graduate, many of them graduate with a significant amount of debt. They don't go to the school that they really want to go to, or they don't have the college experience that they really want to have. And so we're not just targeting 28%, we're targeting the remainder as well. So that's why we said we want a lower rate of students dropping out because of money, but we also want a higher satisfaction rate of students who actually go to school and a lower debt rate of students who go and complete.
What keeps you and your management team up at night the most right now about Cause EDU's growth?
What keeps us up at night is, how do we reach the families of middle school students? How do we reach the families of high school freshmen and sophomores? Because they can benefit the most from what we offer. When you're already deciding between schools that have offered you financial aid packages. We can help you, but we can help you more if you're the family of a high school freshman, the family of an eighth grader. We can help you more with a longer term plan. And so what keeps us up at night is this idea of how do we keep families from scrambling and coming to us at the last minute and needing help, and us not being able to help them as much as we could if they had started earlier.
Sharonda, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sharonda White, founder and CEO of Cause EDU.